Welcome back, fuckers. We're back on the XY today, the home of sand niggers and kebabs. So what we're going to be doing today, guys, is a little bit of a rust repair there. It was an area that was left. You would have seen in the previous episode we were talking about it. So that's going to get done. We got the piece that we need, which is the other channel part. So that's it there. Yes, all right. And we're gonna fill in the hole for the aerial relocation. So one is Falcon 500 and one is GT style. So we're gonna blank off the old one and panel beat it, smooth it all off, and probably put it back into epoxy as well. So that's on today's episode. Plus we might have a little bit of an update on the Capri, just little bits and pieces and what the boys have been collecting to get the Capri ready and back on the road. All right, let's get into it. All right, so we're doing rust repairs, and this is the boot rubber channel that you can buy as a rust repair section. So this is what comes. Now, the issue is that this isn't exactly the profile we need. So this gets the job done, so you can put your rubber in there and it'll sit nice and flush and everything like that. But we need more pieces to this puzzle. Now, more pieces means this channel here. So if you look at this profile, right, and then this profile, so this being that bit there, you can see what's missing. All right. So this channel that we've cut out is originally from the car. I've cut this section out and made the boot rubber lip. Now I've got to cut out another section of this stuff to make another bit that goes over the top. It's 2 layers. So production guys, if you're folding these up, you're folding them up wrong. They've got to look like that. And then there's another bit that goes over the top. You're just making more work for me. Anyway, we're nearly there. Let's get back into it. G'day folks, I've been banished to the boot again. Alright, look, we've got our little piece now. Can you believe even this side profile was too tall? So I had to slice it and dice it. Now we've got to get this to fit in here and hold it in place and all that stuff. This little leg here still seems to be a little bit long compared to original, but we can shave that down once it's all welded in. So we've got the tricky task now of holding this in place. Any slight little bends that need to be done now, and then give it the full weld and put it back in place. But we're almost there. I just can't believe how long this has taken. Only for the fact that we want to do it properly. I mean, why not? We can't just have a boot channel that works as a boot channel and whatever this piece does as some sort of support mechanism not be in place. Anyway, let's get to it. Folks, we've been at it for so long that the owner of the vehicle has ended up making it in time. He's now on the job, doing a couple of cuts here and there. Can you believe this, guys? We've been at it all day and that's where we're at. So we ended up cutting another little bit here, another section of there because I could see daylight through it. You know, the old Swiss cheese. And that's where we're at now. So we've given it a clean up. We've got the whole boot channel lip all done. Now we're just going to make up this piece here and weld that in, and then we're finally done, which is
love a good looking lip.
All right, let's get through this freaking day. All right guys, this took way longer than it needed to, but in the end it's all done properly. I think I do have a little bit more grinding. Where was it? Down the bottom here. Just want to give that a little bit more of a clean there. But as you can see, I put the support piece in. That's all welded up, so it's all done properly. You know, the side of the face all looks proper. I had to slice it down the center and shorten it down because it was way too tall. All the profile was out of whack. Put the top piece in. It's got the lip. Ended up grinding a little bit of the lip away here, but it doesn't really matter because some seam sealer goes in there. But it's all done. It's all rust free, and we've welded in this piece. So that's just roughly welded in, but we're going to need to take the guard off, clean all the bottom, and then panel beat it because it has caused a little bit of warpage there and a little bit here. So a lump there and a lump here. So once we can clean the back face of it as well, we'll hammer and dolly it a bit to try and stretch it back out again because it's all shrunk in, and see if we get some of that shape back, and then we'll put the guard back on. So next visit will be that getting done, put the whole lot into epoxy, so that repair area, this little bit here with a little skim, and then we're going to move on to the bonnet. So finish the bonnet off. It needs a little packer, if we can remember properly, it's here somewhere. So on the frame we just need to put a little bit of a packer, check it with a ruler, see if it's lifted it, T-Rex the frame to the bonnet so it doesn't move anymore, and then start our filler work, or continue our filler work, sorry I should say, on that bonnet. Welcome back guys to another episode of Tough Garage. Come venture with me. Do you remember that? Do you remember come venture with me?
Come venture with me.
Anyway, alright. So we're doing a little bit of work on the toy. What's happened here folks is there was a day it was raining here, and they were doing a little bit of work, the boys here, on the engine, just trying to get it running a little bit better. And then it started to really piss down, and they said, okay, let's pack up. And they put the cover back on the car, and the car was still wet. Come have a look at this, guys. Look at this lovely pattern that's been left on the paint and will not come off. It's, we call it 60-year-old lady leopard skin. Hey?
Yep, that's the one.
They love this stuff, the old ladies, eh? They go to church and everything, and they put on the leopard skin, their Sunday best. You know, you can imagine what their underwear looks like. So yeah, so this has happened. So
have a look,
what
have a
we're
look, man. I've got a pair in the dash.
Oh, you got a pair in the back seat. Oh, look at that! There's a pair in the back seat. Nah, there isn't, guys. So what's going to happen now is Charlie Da Vinci, or Charlie Affleck as he's better known, is going to do a closed door respray in this car just to get it nice and tidy. The car's running fairly well now, and at the very moment we're taking the trim work off, or I'm not, Shad is. So yeah, it's another surprise, guys. We've got Shad here. Hey, he's working on his own fucking cars. Can you believe it? So yeah, taking the trim off so that there's nothing in the way for Charlie to get straight to it. And it's a little bit of a mission. You know, I'm trying to figure out how these trims come off, and you know, there's core hammers involved and crowbars and nah, just kidding. Anyway, all right, over here to the more important stuff. So on the XY, guys, I took the left-hand side guard home. We've done the antenna relocation hole. Let's have a look at that. And given it a skim, it's just got to be sanded now. So that's where the proper hole is meant to be. So that's all done now. We're going to give it a quick sand now that it's bolted on. We've done the alignment back again. It's all good. And then we're going to get stuck into the bonnet, and I said to Shad, bring down the scuttle panel, and so Noah brought down the scuffle panel. Scuffle! Scuffle up again! Anyway, that was funny for about good half hour, boys. Had a good laugh about that. It's actually a scuttle. So yeah, now, the problem with the scuttle was, it's got a bend, and you can't muck around with the bend because it's got a lip. See that lip, guys? You can't muck around with this. And the alignment to the guard was absolutely terrible. So I've given it a little chop. I'm going to slowly bend it until it gets to where I want it to be. So it's a bit closer to the actual arc of the guard. And then give it a zap, weld it back up again. Do the same to the other side. And then we can blend off this panel, you know, a little bit of the guard onto the scuttle panel, so that the alignment is just as good as the effort that we've put into the rest of the car. Because you can't leave something like that just because it's, oh, that's the way it came out. Yeah, we don't care how it came out. We're going to do our best to modify it and get it to a little bit better, you know. So we're going to do that before we start the bonnet. So just get that out of the way, get that arc as best as possible, screw that in, and then we'll continue to work with the bonnet. So that's what we're up to at the moment, guys. But yeah, let's get cracking and we'll keep you guys updated. Okay, so it's later in the afternoon and we've got a boot full of interior somehow. And yes, got it. Look at this dust, guys. Tamworth car, apparently.
Dust.
Yeah. So, hell of a lot of mud and dust came out of it. So we've removed all the interior, ready for fresh carpet and underlay. We've taken the windscreens out, front and rear, rubbers, cleaned up all the area.
No rust in the channels?
No rust in the channels, which is good. Badges are removed. All the headlights and the grille, all that area has been removed, the bubble bars, as much as we can. Ready for Charlie to start work tomorrow, apparently. So
No, midweek.
midweek, okay. Like the midweek muscle car club.
That's right.
Oh, well there you go. And yeah, a lot of mud came out of that front guard there, and out of the sill, but we got it out.
I got some Tamworth real estate in the bin.
Ah, shit. Yeah, so that's where we're at. And because I gave them a hand, I haven't done too much here, but the scuttle's in the correct shape now. I'm really happy with it, both sides. And I've given the bonnet another skim in basically 3/4 of it. And I'm slowly going through the process of sanding that at the moment. So we haven't got a vacuum system here, guys, so you can see all the dust build up. So we've got to, huh?
Run my back.
Remember, it would struggle to suck because it was like the pipe was too narrow or whatever.
Yeah, but it's a larger hose, so it could work.
You reckon? Yeah, but you need a smaller hose for my bit, my sander. See?
Yeah, I'll just tape it on.
You know how it goes. Small things in big holes.
I've only got big holes here. Used to the small stuff.
So yeah, that's where we're at. So I'm going to persist with the sanding, see how far I can get. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, let's get back to it. We're back, folks. Have a look at this for progress. So Charlie Da Vinci's been here along with his mate Danny, and they've been doing some really good work here on the Capri, getting it all ready. Roof's all good to go. They've done some rust repairs, they've done all sorts of stuff. Amazing work for 5 days. Getting it all ready, throw some colour on the car. That lower rear quarter's been replaced. The lower front guard here, inside the front guard. And the lower floor pan has been changed over because that was all rusty. Yeah, still a little bit of work to do there, but looking really good. So this will be painted and cruising the streets in no time. Bonnet over there, all ready to go. But now, more importantly, got Noah on the job here in the boot. He's getting it all ready. We're just gonna epoxy all the boot up, all the repaired areas. So that's all getting there. And I'm on the bonnet and I'm pretty much done. There's a couple of little tiny spots just to skim over, but not much at all. And this is looking really good as well. all done. Guards all done as well now. So we sanded all that up. Excuse the mess. We've got no vacuum today because Shad took it to his work. So we're just doing the best we can. But this will be epoxied today, as long as the boot and the scuffle panel, the scuttle panel as well. And that'll be all bodywork done, ready for polyester. And then Charlie's going to polyester it. We'll block it again, then high fill, and then off to paint, same as the Capri. So we're really cracking with progress here, guys. All right, let's get back into it. All right, guys. As you can see, Noah's done a fantastic job of cleaning the boot area.
Yeah, we've been at it all day.
What's this guy doing here? Eh? How's that? When we're all done.
All about the timing.
So yeah, all the surface rust has been removed. Now the story behind this, guys, if you're not aware, the previous owner had put the Dynamat sound deadening through the whole boot. We didn't want it that way, obviously. Now to remove that stuff, I don't know if you've done it before. It's very tacky, very sticky, and it's very soft glue. So it's not like a hard glue that once you start, it just becomes like chewing gum. So Noah took a whole day in removing all that. In removing that, the same sort of process, it scratched up all the paint because he had to use a spatula, and we've had to sand all those scratches out or whatever as much as we can. We've probably overdone it, but it's going to end up nice and neat and clean. So now we're ready for epoxy. We did forget to deoxidine here, so that'll be for next time. But anyway, whatever, guys. That's what happens in a mad rush. But the bonnet's all done, and that's ready for epoxy as well. We've just quickly masked up the area as best we can. Ugh. Now the wind started, we might have to secure that a little bit better. But the bonnet's all good and done now, guys, as well. All ready to be epoxied. Nice. And the top of the guard as well. So we'll do the top of the guard as well because we've relocated the antenna hole from a Falcon 500 antenna hole to a GT antenna hole. So as you can see where the other one was, it's a slight movement from there to there. But we might as well, since we're going through this sort of effort and we're at this stage. So we're just going to secure this a little bit further, mix up the paint, give the boot a nice clean as we're doing at the moment, then lay on that black. Same as that guy, the old token Lebo for every video.
It's all about the timing, mate.
So we're getting very close, guys, to the old poster. So yeah.
Yeah, but that's not black.
That's not black, but yeah, we're getting closer to that stage there, fellas. All right. Alright, let's get cracking. Alright, so all done, guys. So the bonnet all done in epoxy, all sealed back up again. We're really happy with it. So it's just a matter of hitting it with a polyester now and giving it a resand. So if you're unaware, we're going to hit the whole car in polyester. The main reason being I'm not 100% confident in my work, just because we'll be right. I know we'll be right, but I don't do this every day, guys. So this is not my trade or anything like that. I'm not trained in this. I'm just giving it a go. We are happy with the progress so far, but just to make sure, I want to hit it in polyester. The polyester is a spray filler. And the main benefit being it doesn't shrink at all, being a filler. So it's not like high fill that can shrink into areas or whatever, or over time. The polyester is spray bog, and that's what you get. So you're sanding bog again basically, but being out of a gun and over the whole surface, it hasn't been applied by hand. It gets applied really, really smoothly. And so when you're blocking that, it's a much better surface to start with, and you have to guide coat it and block it as if you're blocking high fill. So it really starts to show up any imperfections if you've got any at all. So that'll be the next stage. We're going to get Charlie to do that, And probably by the next visit, by the time you guys see the Capri, it'll probably be painted actually. So really moving along here. Alright guys, so say goodbye fellas, until next time. Just before we leave you guys, I totally forgot to show the boot area. So that's all sealed in epoxy now. And I think a couple of coats of high fill in here and a sand, and that'll be enough to get this looking really nice again. So yeah, all sealed as well, all done.